Action! We are live. What's going on, guys? This is our new CK studio in Sacramento. We're testing it out, testing out the audio. How's it coming in, Leo? If you guys are watching, leave feedback on the comment section. Buddy Healed, I can always count on you, man.
It's not a show if he's not watching.
Yeah, it's not a show without Buddy Healed. How does it look? How does it sound? Am I blurry? How's this mic look? Quality is money. Buddy Healed in the house. Do you think the Suns will draft a point guard or small forward?
Answer that question.
They should go small forward knowing they have 3 point guards already. Adding a 4th point guard doesn't make sense unless they trade with the Lakers. If they trade the Lakers, maybe package Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Knight, or some combination. Get rid of a point guard, basically. I think will make perfect sense. Lonzo Ball would make perfect sense.
So tell us about a combination or a scenario where Lonzo Ball would fall to the Kings.
So here's how Lonzo Ball can fall to the Kings, potentially. The draft is a couple days away. But here's my idea. Number one, the Philadelphia 76ers would select, of course, Marco Fultz. The Lakers would surprise everybody and take Josh Jackson. Celtics, if they don't trade the Bulls pick, I think they would take Jason Tatum. And then Phoenix, this is a long shot knowing they do love Lonzo Ball, but they do also love Jonathan Isaac. And I think Jonathan Isaac is a Kawhi Leonard type player. He's a sleeper. He's a quiet guy. All he cares about is basketball. And if Phoenix does take does take Jonathan Isaac at 4, that would make a lot of sense for them without trading, Eric Bledsoe or anything else. But that's how Lonzo Ball or De'Aaron Fox would be there at 5. But again, Phoenix would most likely go with Lonzo Ball. And that would just make things complicated at the point guard position. But, as the season goes, they can make trades or do something with the pick. But that's my scenario of how Lonzo Ball could fall to the Kings. And if you're the Kings, you'd have to take Lonzo. It's debatable, yeah. It's you don't see point guards like him, nowadays. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is a speed demon, but he's not that pass-first guy. He wants to score. He wants to take you to the rack, guard you on defense, then pull it back. But Lonzo Ball is get the team involved, get Willie involved, get Buddy involved. And so he'd be looking to pass first. If the Suns pick Ball, they would love point guard. What else do you got, Leo?
Talk about a scenario where we have the Celtics, Cavs, and the Warriors competing against each other next year.
The Celtics, Cavs. We just found this out. I think we heard Stephen A. Smith talking about it. How the Celtics, if they could still take Jimmy Butler, trading the 3rd pick to the Bulls.
Which would affect?
Yeah, it'll change the freaking draft a lot because we don't know who the Bulls would want to take with the 3rd pick. But if the Celtics do trade the 3rd pick and Jimmy Butler goes to the Celtics will get Gordon Hayward and Jimmy Butler and Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford and Avery Bradley coming off the bench. So they would definitely compete with the Celtics. With the Warriors or the Cavs. And the Cavs would definitely have to make a move for Paul George, in which they also talked about. They'd have to trade Kevin Love to get Paul George. I honestly don't see why the Pacers would trade Paul George for Kevin Love. if you don't trade Paul George or Kevin Love, you're not gonna get anything. But I mean, it doesn't. Either way, it's a lose-lose situation basically for the Indiana Pacers, which is probably why Larry Bird stepped down, because he knew it is just full of dead ends and they're about to go through hard times in that city. But the Kings are on the rise. What do we got? What else do we got?
So, what would you do if the Bulls would select De'Aaron Fox at 3? Then would you be okay with the Jason Tatum at 5 potentially?
Yeah.
Or would you go Lonzo Ball or Jonathan Isaac at 5 if one of those two fell?
Well, this goes back to the Lakers still. If the Lakers do take Josh Jackson at the 2, which, I mean, we're hearing that he could be gone at 2, but of course, the louder voice is always going to be Ball going at 2. But it is very likely where there can be a scenario where Lonzo Ball is there at the 3, De'Aaron Fox is there at the 3, and Jason Tatum. And if the Celtics did make this trade, I think the Bulls have to go point guard. The Bulls would have to go with either Lonzo Ball or De'Aaron Fox.
Would you go Tatum or Isaac if they're both available at 5?
I would go Jason Tatum, no doubt.
Why? Is he a polished scorer?
Yeah, he's ready to make an impact right now. And basically, like I've watched film on him, and I think he's more ready right now than Jonathan Isaac. And for the Kings, honestly, Jonathan Isaac would make more sense because we are already in the process. We're not looking to win right now, and Jason Tatum would be perfect on the team to win like the Celtics. But if we did take Jonathan Isaac, I wouldn't be mad. It's a win-win for the Kings. Jonathan Isaac in a couple of years could be one of the best players in this draft. But we do know what we're going to get out of Jason Tatum, and he can be, a cornerstone, a key for the Kings' future.
Charlie Boltman says, I'm hearing that LA could lose $100 million TV money if they don't draft Ball. Isaac has been promised a top 4 pick by the Suns. Thoughts on that?
I'm telling you, this is real. Jonathan Isaac is legit. If you just watch the film, this guy's got all the tools necessary to be one of the best players in this draft for sure, and for years to come. He needs to put it all. It's potential. It's all potential. All the tools are there. And the best part about it, he's got the right mindset, and that's all you can ask for right now if you're the Suns. And for the Suns, he is the perfect pick. But if you're the Suns and you have Jason Tatum and Jonathan Isaac, I think Jason Tatum does make more sense for them, only because Eric Bledsoe is already a couple years in, Brandon Knight's already a couple years, Devin Booker. All these guys are already seasoned to the NBA, and they could start winning right now. I mean, they have the players, and then I think they have the cap room to get someone else to make a push for the playoffs.
So would you go Dennis Smith, Malik Monk, Frank Ntilikina, or Donovan Mitchell at 10?
At 10, if Malik Monk is there, he'd be... No, I would go Dennis Smith first as my 10, and then Malik Monk at 2, just because you can't pass up on Malik. I would give Malik second, Frank third, and Donovan Mitchell fourth. So, again...
But why? But go more in depth about these players and how they...
I guess it's going to depend on if we take a small forward at the 5, I would definitely take a point guard first at 10. But if we take Fox at 5, I wouldn't mind getting another Malik Monk or Frank from France. But if we're taking Frank from France at 10... I already said this. I don't like 2 rookie ball handlers heading into my future. I feel like they're going to struggle a lot having 2 rookies out there. I'd want a vet to come back like Darren Collison or Ty Lawson or Patty Mills from the Spurs. A veteran that can, help the De'Aaron Fox if he's there, so we can have 2 point guards. I mean, have 2 point guards instead of 2 rookie point guards. I'd rather have 1 veteran point guard and 1 rookie point guard. But like I said, if we take a small forward at 5, I'm definitely taking Dennis Smith at 10. Dennis Smith looks like a Westbrook type player. If it wasn't for his injuries, he'd be top out here.
If it wasn't for his injuries, would you say he would be a top 3 prospect?
If it was, yeah, I think. No, I take that back. He wouldn't. These other players are that much better. I mean, freaking Fultz is good. Josh Jackson is amazing. For a second, Josh Jackson was falling on a lot of mock drafts, and I was super hoping he'd fall to 5, but his stock went back up as soon as he started having the draft workouts and they got to know the guy. I don't know how he has the off-court issues, but when you look at him in interviews, I would never believe he's a guy with off-court issues. This guy is super well-spoken and even a better basketball player.
So,
Again, let me know if you guys how the audio is, how the lighting is, how the background is. Let me know, guys. Also, give us a follow on Instagram or Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, subscribe if you guys are new to this channel. If you guys just happen to fall upon this page, definitely give us a like or dislike, but a like would be a lot better. And also subscribe to us.
talk about today's workout and your thoughts on John Collins.
Today's workout was with John Collins. He's
All the way from Baylor.
Yeah, John Collins is another well-spoken guy. I was talking to this about Leo. In this, I don't know how many players we've interviewed this year. A lot of guys are becoming more well-spoken guys. Like, I look at the past draft interviews, on our Cowbell page. You guys can go back and watch them. Like, guys in the past, you knew they had like literacy issues or like they weren't all that. Like today's age, a lot of these players are so much smarter and so much well-spoken. So I applaud the universities or the high schools or the parents, that help these guys out because they all come in and they're all pure professionals. And I like every player that's come to Sacramento especially are good people. So, and today's workouts were, if you guys haven't watched them, do go watch them. You can tell.
So Edward is saying that Fox will drop out of the top 4 because that video has gone viral of the one of him missing all these shots. Talk about that a little bit and how that might concern you because obviously you mentioned that could be a concern for you, man.
Yeah, so I did watch. I was actually one of the first ones to watch the video. Like when the guy put out the tweet, the guy only had like 2, maybe 3 retweets, and I was one of the guys who retweeted it. Only because it was
And then it became viral.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I made it go viral. I'm just saying like because I use TweetDeck and everyone who mentions De'Aaron Fox, I'll see it. And once I saw it, well, I retweeted it first because I knew it was a video of him working out with 76ers. Then I watched it, and I was like, oh my goodness, this guy just made himself look super bad. Too many missed threes. But I don't know. It is very concerning. Him missing that many 3-pointers right open. I'm super like. I hope there's a story behind that, or maybe he did a bunch of workouts, some hard workouts, and then did that. But if he's coming out of warm up and throwing up brick shots like that, it is very concerning. And I definitely want him attacking the rim and then passing it out rather than, taking the open jumper, man. Skip the 3-pointer, you better go. But he is capable of shooting threes. That one video, it was bad, but 2 hours later, Draft Express put out a video about him in Chicago, and he made a lot of almost all his 3. Of course, they're all cut out, and that's a processed video. But the raw footage we saw,
Talk about his high school video.
Yeah, I recently saw his high school video where he dropped 50 points and 10 3-pointers. 10. So De'Aaron Fox is capable of it. And today on First Take, he said, oh, there's a big difference between college basketball and high school. But he said it was easier to drive in in college than it was in high school. And yeah, that's saying a lot. And in high school, he was banging threes because he couldn't drive in as much. So in the league, hopefully we get a balance of the two where he can hit the 3. I know he's capable of it. If you guys haven't watched it, go subscribe to Oprah Sai and watch his video reaction. You'll get a good laugh, and you'll see.
Or we can put the
Yeah.
link
Oh yeah.
inside
Oh yeah. We'll put the link in the bio, or in the comment section. You guys can go ahead and watch that. But De'Aaron Fox is capable of threes, and again, if he does come out in this rookie season missing a lot of threes, it is very concerning.
One last question before the camera dies. Your dream scenario draft right now. Go.
My dream scenario draft would be, of course, Fox at 5, and somehow Jonathan Isaac falls to 10. That would be my dream scenario, but that's probably not gonna happen. But again, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like this new studio. This new setup. Leo got this super nice mic. It looks like Colin Coward, so I hope you guys, will approve of this mic, and you guys approve of the studio, the quality, the audio, and we're gonna do a lot more things inside the studio. We're gonna be expanding, the YouTube page to do more. We have a lot of ideas coming up. We're always gonna need you guys' help. Telling your friends about it. So share this. I don't know if you want to share our page, subscribe to our page, tell a friend about it. And, of course, like us on all the social media platforms. Again, guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it so much. If you guys can drop a like on this video and, again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.